Welcome to my forecast videos. My name is Shakti Carola Neverin and I live on Maui, so I'm forced to do most of my work online. So I do all the video forecasts, I do individual readings with people. So for all the information I'm going to present you, it's really helpful if you know your own individual birth chart. And if you hang in there till the end of the video, I will give you access to your free birth chart, your free horoscope. So then you can bring all the information I give you about the general events, full moon, new moon, whatever I'm talking about, and see where it is happening in your chart and how it kind of connects with your other planets in your chart and which house. And then you really get a very concrete idea of how it plays out for you personally. And this is where astrology really gets interesting and very helpful. So I see you over there at my PowerPoint presentation, and I hope you will enjoy. 2 weeks ago we had the first solar eclipse of the year in Pisces, and I made an extra video about that for you. But today I want to talk about the lunar eclipse following close by, just with 2 weeks in between, and the lunar eclipse is in Libra. So the lunar eclipse will be much more emotionally impactful. So a lunar eclipse is always a full moon, like the solar eclipse is always a new moon. So this one is going to happen at 3 degrees in Libra, March 23rd at 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You could ask yourself, why even bother with the moon? Why deal with lunar astrology? So I do believe the moon is so important for us in our personal birth chart and in forecast readings or attunements of when to start successfully a new project. One reason is the moon is so visible for us, so it's so close to the earth, so we can see and feel it. And then there's so many different ways to use the moon for deeper insights. So there is the out of bound moon, which I always look at when I do my birth chart reading with my clients, because it adds a really interesting dimension to the chart. Then there is a void of moon. Those times of the months are very important for forecasts, for determining which are successful, supportive moments in time. And in general, we can say the moon is really connecting with our own emotional inner world. So by following the moon around throughout the months, we can develop what I call our emotional intelligence. So we can just be more attuned and in touch with what is going on every moment in time. Eclipses are always special and powerful, but extremely so if they're lining up with other constellations in the heavens. So this one is almost lining up with the first equinox of the year, the spring equinox. So it's just 2 days away. So that makes it especially strong and powerful. This is a very special full moon eclipse, and let's have a look what else is going on to make it so special. So first of all, the 4 planetary bodies which are still in Pisces, Neptune, Chiron, Venus, and the South Node. Pisces, the last sign of one circle going through the astrological year, coming to an end, integrating the experiences of a year. So this is big. So we have an ending just because of that and a beginning with the lunar eclipse. So when we look back 6 months ago, we had a lunar eclipse at 4 degrees Aries, so almost exactly opposite to this lunar eclipse in Libra. So that means that the Aries Libra opposition and axis is truly activated for quite a while. I would give it an orbit of a year here. And then we have Jupiter making its second of 3 squares to Saturn, during this eclipse. So a lot is going on here. So the Jupiter square to Saturn brings in the idea and reflection about right livelihood. Are you creating a life for yourself, or are you just making money? So these are important things. There's I think it's a Chinese curse which says, may you only make money in your life. And imagine if your whole life you only making money, doing something which makes you money. So Jupiter will bring into our face those concepts and beliefs we hold around our abundance, our ability to create a meaningful profession in our life, and how the world receives our very individual love and skills we have to contribute to the world. So this is big. In my forecast videos, when I talk about what's going on in the heavens and what transits we are all experiencing, I always want to point out that it's really about how those movements up there are related back through our own personal chart, our own personal blueprint, and then it gets really interesting. So therefore, I really want to make a strong case that you need to have your personal birth chart if you're really interested in astrology and you want to take it a little deeper than this is a full moon or the solar eclipse or whatever is happening. So because I think it's so important to truly get the most out of this information, I want to make sure that if you don't have it yet, that you get your free horoscope. And on top of that, I will give you a love stone report based on the Venus position in your chart. And you can just go to my website and sign up for my newsletter, and I give you access to that. A little bit about me. My name is Shakti Carola Nevrin, and I'm an astrologer living on Maui. And I work with clients all over the world, mostly through Skype. And I have been doing astrology for 37 years now. And I'm more passionate about it than ever. I truly believe you are born to thrive. And your chart is your astrological blueprint and your map for directions, how to do that karmic healing and transformation, and how to really create the most meaningful life for yourself, and to know what it is really about for you this lifetime, and what to do about it. So I'm a Taurus myself, so I'm a very practical person, always like to distill information down to some very practical suggestions. So if you never had an astrology reading, you might want to check it out. Go over to my website, where you can also sign up for your free newsletter. Here I'm giving you the eclipse dates for 2016. So this is the second one out of 4 for the year. And then there are 2 more happening in September. As I said before, the lunar eclipse is always a full moon. And a lunar eclipse is happening when the Earth is briefly between the Sun and the Moon. So when that happens, the Earth casts its shadow on a full moon and eclipses it. So then we can see the red glow we call the blood moon. So this lunar eclipse is not only an extra powerful full moon, restarting our emotional consciousness as we could look at it, with the possibility of a new deepening level of awareness, but it's also, as we said, intertwined with so many astrological other events happening. So this is a very strong one. So I always like to compare eclipses to rebooting my computer. And you know, when something isn't working and you close down your computer and reboot it, often things righten themselves. So that's what eclipses can do for us. So the solar eclipse reboots your conscious mind, And a lunar eclipse reboots your inner world, your unconscious drives and motivations, and brings them into the forefront. So it's a very potent time for change and new intentions. So to really find out what this lunar eclipse is about, we need to look more deeply at the sign of Libra and what that sign is really all about. So we will be discussing the archetype and personality of Libra, and then I will give you 5 very specific tips of how to ride the Libra eclipse wave, how to take advantage of those specific energies, and how we can reboot our own sense of self. So the image of the scales is what we are used to see in connection with Libra. And the funny thing is, in the images like this one, it's always in balance. But just keep in mind that that's the goal. So more often than not, one of the sides are up or down. So Libra is the second one of the air signs. And Libra is symbolizing our thirst for connection and beauty. So Libra is ruled by Venus. Venus, the goddess of love, harmony, and beauty. So here we're looking at the archetype of the lover and or the artist. When we look at the lover, there is an intention of the Libra personality to connect with the other, to learn how to balance and harmonize and make a connection with somebody else out there, somebody who's usually there very different than we are. When we look at the aspect of the artist, we have the one who is creative, artistically inspired, self-expressive, creating beauty and harmony in the world. And then when we look at the peacemaker, we have a person who is very able and committed to help to achieve that state of balance, of peacefulness, of being centered in the heart. So these are people who can become mediators or therapists, people who help others to come into their heart. So if you have any planets in Libra, there is a lot for you to learn about other people in your life, about social interactions, through friendships, through intimate relationships. So meeting with the other, the longing to learn about the dance in a relationship, it's kind of inbuilt for people who have a strong Libra personality. So also there is that drive in Libra to support and make the world a better, more loving and beautiful place. And of course, there are many ways how we can go about that. So if you have planets in Libra, it's all about love. Now we have the lunar eclipse, all of us have that, so it brings that subject really into our focus. So how are we doing with love in our life? Do we have a circle of friends? Do we have people we can be vulnerable and open and intimate with? So then there is the area of serenity, of peace, of the experience of harmony and balance in our lives. And of course, the whole field of social interactions. It's really important. And all these issues and subjects are kind of in the forefront for all of us. And because it's a lunar eclipse and not just a full moon, it sets a starting point for if we want to grow and change things in the next half year, at least in our life, in those areas. With a sign where it's all about love and connection and beauty and harmony, of course, there is a shadow which is pointing towards if you give up too much of yourself to reach that idea of harmony, of balance, of love, then you might express a shadow aspect. So for Libra, that would be the codependent person who is over-compromising, over-giving, not standing up for herself. Usually it's the woman in the relationship, not always. So that's definitely a shadow area for Libra. Then the idea and the intention of Libra is so connected with the balance of the scales, that idea of harmony and peace, that in order to get there, you first have to acknowledge that there is a sense of emotional imbalance, and then you can take the steps which help you to reach the goal of balance. So also Libra people often have a hard time to make decisions. So there's so much good reasons to go one way, and there are so many good reasons to go the other way. So because we're talking about the lunar eclipse here, you might become aware that this is a harder time for you to make decisions right now than usual. And then of course it depends how it feeds into your chart. So yeah, just keep an eye out for the shadow peeking its ugly head up. So the evolutionary goal for Libra, whenever you come in with a lot of planets in Libra, Sun or Moon or Ascendant, definitely important, is that you learn about true, respectful, eye-to-eye partnership. So this is really the evolutionary goal for Libra, not to fall off the wagon into over-compromising, but to learn that dance of standing up for yourself, being true to yourself, taking a stand, and being able to compromise. So this is a good description of friendship, where there is this back and forth between two individuals. So this is what Libra is learning about. So also another evolutionary dimension is that you want to learn about love and beauty and how to add that quality to your life. Surround yourself with beauty, with paintings, with colors on your walls, that kind of thing. And what can you do in order to find that serenity, that sense of peace, centeredness in your heart? What I suggest for all of us with the lunar eclipse is to really look at our creativity and how we express that in our life, as well as how we interact with others, our ability to care and give, our ability to make decisions. So maybe we can just create a system, maybe just flip a coin when there is a decision to be made and we just can't come up with a good way to decide. And yeah, to just be very consciously in that creative flow of the universe, riding the wave. So the healing work to do, and 5 concrete suggestions I have for you of riding the wave with Libra energies, is number 1, the whole creative arena. Creativity, beauty, dancing, singing, music, painting, whatever your way of self-expression is. Give that some room in your life and you will feel utterly nurtured and happy. Then number 2, loving and caring. To not just think always about our own ego, our own needs, but to reach out and care for others goes a long way with creating a successful and emotionally beneficial life for our own self. Number 3, compassionate communication. There are some teachings out there, nonviolent communication or compassionate communication, where you can learn and take seminars and be inspired how to communicate in a truly successful way. Yeah, so check it out. There are books out there. Go to YouTube. Compassionate communication is a good skill to have for all of us, but especially with the Libra energies right now. Then, of course, the whole field, number 4, of meditation, of Tai Chi, yoga, are wonderful tools to find that elusive center in the heart, in our own heart. So if you haven't done or experienced anything in that direction, this is a good time to gain some experience. And as I said before, number 5, find a system to make decisions. So some people journal. So they have one side of the journal for pro and the other side for against whatever you need to decide about. So that might be a good way to just get clear. You can use a pendulum and ask a question and get a yes or no answer. You can flip a coin. I once had a client with 5 planets in Libra, and I approached this subject of how she makes decisions, and she said, yeah, I just flip a coin. After so many years, that turned out to be very helpful for me, and I just thought that was a very concrete and good way to do it. As usual, I want to talk about one of the birthstones for the sign here, Libra, I suggest. And the first stone, which always comes to my mind, is a Herkimer diamond because of its balancing quality, and it's the strongest when it's worn over the heart. But because I've talked about it before, I want to give you and discuss another stone today. I want to discuss the Rubellite. The Rubellite is a pink tourmaline and represents a lover of mankind, one who teaches us about self-love, and that always starts with oneself to learn how to love ourselves unconditionally. So self-love is often difficult to achieve. So we learn in our childhood to reject and negate a large part of our nature. So in order that we receive the love and acceptance from our family, so we resign ourselves often to make do without those deep needs, and we give up vital parts of ourselves. So what the Rubellite does, it heals and strengthens us and helps to reconnect with those lost aspects of our nature. So that's why the Rubellite helps us to connect with our true individuality and our true inner beauty. So it's a stone who relates to the signature of Mars, Venus, Mercury, and Neptune. So Mars and Venus, Venus, the goddess of love and harmony and beauty, and the muse for the artists, and Mars, the pioneer, the warrior quality, come together in this beautiful, beautiful stone for the heart and help us to balance out, on one hand, our passion and courage and the need to dare to be creative, and our vulnerable heart and our need to love and be loved. So as you might know, the tourmaline comes in the whole family of all colors. So it comes in the whole rainbow. So here I just showed you the one which are more in the pink variety, and you might have heard about the green pink one, which we call the watermelon tourmaline, which is especially a Mars Venus stone where those qualities are connected and balanced out. So as you might know, I'm a lover of gemstones, and as a jeweler I've worked for many, many years very consciously with the healing and metaphysical qualities of the gemstones. So in my experience, there is not just one true birthstone for a sign. It really depends what kind of Libra you are. If the Rubellite I'm discussing here today, or maybe the Herkimer diamond, is really the best out of the several birthstone birthstones we can look at. So for that, you would need to know a little bit about your sun, if your sun is in Libra, where it is, how is it connected with the other planets, in which house it is. And then we will know which is the optimal gemstone for your Libra quality. So for that, I suggest, if you're interested in gemstones, get your gemstone profile. It's just $20, and you will get report with one perfectly attuned gemstone for each planet in your chart. So check it out and let me know how you like it. So if you haven't done so yet, now it's a good time to sign up for your free subscription on YouTube. Or if you really want to keep informed, you might want to sign up for my newsletter. And there you will get access to your free horoscope, your birth chart, and your free love stone report. And please, if you like my video, like it and leave me a comment, so it helps me to keep this going, so I know there's actually somebody out there who appreciates what I'm doing. So thank you for connecting with me. If you're really interested in astrology, I'd like you to know that I do teach astrology classes for beginners once in a while. So it could be something you're interested to learn for your own inner process or to start a new career. Either way, connect with me, send me an email, and I will let you know about the specifics and when the next training is going to start. As an evolutionary astrologer with 37 years of experience, I'm very passionate about astrology. You might be able to tell. And I truly believe that you are born to thrive and that your astrological blueprint is there to help you with your karmic healing and a profound transformation. And it's all happening in our consciousness. So if you're interested to have a look at your personal chart with me, give me a call. I'm in Hawaii. 808-878-8182, or head over to my website and connect with me there, mauiastrologyreading.com. Thanks for coming and listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like me, and I hope to see you soon again. And as we say here on Maui, aloha.